sorrow to it. All right, I've got 4 things here. Worldly grief is almost always horizontal. All right, how many of you have kids? Have you got kids that just are sad they got caught? Not really sad for what they did, they're just sad they got busted. So they're saying sorry, but they're not really sorry. They're more sorry that they just got busted. This is horizontal grief. It has nothing to do with God. There's no acknowledgement that I have sinned against God. It is not spiritual at all. It is simply, man, I've blown it. Man, my wife is really angry. Man, my kids are really frustrated. Man, my coworkers don't trust me. It's just horizontal. It is emotional and not spiritual. So in worldly grief, will there be snot and tears? Maybe. Can you wail and weep and it only be worldly? Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. You'll also have some tears and snot in godly grief, but here's the interesting point. Worldly grief is purely emotional and not spiritual. And the reason that's problematic is because emotions calm down, don't they? And so everyone in this room knows that you will impulsively make some decisions around emotion that you're not or that you are. And then when those emotions settle down, what do? You go right back to what you were doing, right? So it's not transformative, it's horizontal grief that has you in an emotional state, promising you'll never do it again, but there's no spiritual roots. It doesn't have anything to do with God. It's just you've made some mistakes, your life's burning down, and you hate the fact that your life's burning down. Number 3, worldly grief is passive towards the cause of grief. All right, it's not serious about putting sin to death in their life. It's more about trying to train sin. Maybe this will help. Several years ago, I went out to, some of our members have a cabin in East Texas they let me use to write. And so went out there and was doing some writing. And then they have 4-wheelers and rifles and everything a Texan would love. And went out there and goofed around a bit. And then I came in, I was cooking dinner, and I turned on the television and the show when Animals Attack was on. Have you seen this show? I love this show. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And second thing, I always cheer for the animal. And I always cheer for the animal because I believe that the person involved is a fool. All right, if you're riding a bull and you get the bull to buck by doing what you have to do to get the bull to buck, I'm cheering for the bull. And so I'm watching this, and it's a commercial, and then it comes back, and they show this man walking a lion in with a chain. And he like the thing was a dog. He's like, you sit. And the lion sat. He's like, lay down. The lion lay down. I was like, wow, I want one of these. And then this woman comes out, like scantily clad woman, holding like this bottle of shampoo. And then she leans against the lion while they shoot. And she's saying something. And then the lion slaps the thing out of her hand and then mauls the lady. Now, she doesn't die, or I wouldn't use this as an illustration. All right. But the lion mauls her. And then listen to this. Then they're interviewing people, and it's blown everybody's mind that this has happened. And I'm thinking, no, of course this happened. A lion is an apex predator. When it's not killing stuff, it's thinking about killing stuff. It's literally all it does. There's no other purpose it has in the system that it's in except to kill off certain things. And someone thought it would be a good idea to put this woman in a swimsuit and lay her across the animal, and then has the gall to look into the cameras like, I can't believe it, because I can believe it. So listen, you put a fajita in front of me, I'll be straight. I'm not going to eat it right now. I'm not hungry. I already ate. But later on this afternoon, doesn't even matter if you're still, I'll take that fajita and eat it, right? So this woman gets mauled, and it blows everybody's mind that this happens. Now listen to me. Worldly sorrow is not interested in killing the lion, it's interested in training the lion. Worldly sorrow isn't interested in killing the lion. Worldly sorrow is interested in training it. So worldly sorrow is not, I'm gonna seriously fight my sin. It's passive. It's, man, I can't believe that happened this time. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna train the lion even more. You sit, bad lion. In the hopes that the lion won't maul us later as we show it who's the boss. And that's what I mean by worldly sorrow being passive. It's a lack of seriousness about the danger we're in with sin. It's a playing with forces that are monumentally more powerful than we are, all the while believing we can hold it in check. And it doesn't matter how many limbs we're missing. He won't get me again. Like, bro, you got no more arms, man. You're gambling now with limbs you're running out of, right? It's that kind of game. I can make him do what I want. I can keep him in his kennel. I can teach him to roll over. And all the while, He's destroying, you're allowing, you're letting this thing destroy you. See, worldly sorrow is not serious about killing sin. It's trying to train it. Doesn't want to kill it. It loves. He thinks the lion's cute. I mean, you should have heard this trainer. I've had him since he was a cub. No, brother. He's had you since he was a cub. Yeah, you're the pet. He's not. And so in the end, it's not serious about sin. It's passive. And then the fourth kind of marker of worldly grief is full of pride and avoids responsibilities and consequences. And so how it works is, man, I really regret that. I'm tears. I can't believe she's left me. He's left me. I can't believe this has happened. I'm being fired from my job. I really, really hate this. And then people enter the fray to try to serve as those things come out. And then all of a sudden, well, hey, man, you're not taking my lion from me. Who are you to tell me I can't have a lion? And then all of a sudden, I'll tell you whose fault it is I have that lion. It's your fault I have that lion. I didn't buy that. Well, no, you actually bought the lion. Well, you told me to buy the lion. It's all of a sudden, it's blame shifting. It's no consequences are on me. It's that kind of apology you'll hear athletes make sometimes. I'm sorry if that offended you. I didn't mean for that to offend anybody. That's not an apology, man. You're actually putting it on other people. I'm sorry that you were offended. I didn't do anything. It's you that are wrong. And that's what happens in worldly sorrow. I'm sorry that you. It's not an apology. It's not owning it. It's not owning up to the consequences. It's actually putting the consequences for your sin on other people. Collateral damage. It's wicked. And this is worldly sorrow. And this leads to death.